Taiwan as well. So my birth certificate, Taiwan, is lined up with my foreign my 9-8 number as well.
Mhm.
So that's that corresponds. Do you still have the plates? And would I be able to use the plates that you have if you have them? What I wanted to ask you, is it good that the car is not registered? Is that an advantage for me, being that I'm coming with the IDP, IDL, and my tribal ID?
It is it's an advantage if you plan on operating 100% private.
100%.
But this is the problem though. The problem with that is that if a police officer, is a, what, and happens to run the VIN number of the car, it can still tie back to show that the state of some sort still has jurisdiction over the vehicle itself, right?
Fair.
And that's where you can have complications. You see what I mean? Now, the good thing about it is it was never registered to you, so it won't tie back to you or to your straw man. So that's your advantage, but it still can cause complications somewhere if someone, if you had somebody that was nitpicking like that. And then of course, yeah, you'll be able to use your private plates and private identification all around the board, but the liability would still be the vehicle itself tied to the VIN, right? But because you didn't get the car right off the flatbed, right? But now outside of that, we got to understand how the states and governments have control anyway, because they own the manufacturing companies, and so as soon as these properties are created, they slap their registration numbers, they put it into these registration systems, and then we buy it. But if we was our own gunsmiths, we had our own private gunsmiths, only car manufacturers, we apply our own security, serial numbers, they would not have jurisdiction over that. They would not have control over that.
Now let me ask you this: you have enormous resource. That resource is just, I'm a forensic auditor. I made my bones doing foreclosure defense. I saved my own home from prison. So when I go on your website, when I go on your forum, that's just phenomenal, fam. Just the resource, the wealth of information. So for somebody like me I'm comfortable in the library alone, like, it's just awesome because like I can get in there and do my work. Like, that shit saved lives, man. I just can't just really even go into how important and how valuable the fam is. Just that whole forum is just, it's just such a blessing to the community. Like, that's my reparations right there. Like, I can go in there and I ain't worked in years, brother. Just my community right now, people that I meet from there, like, I got long life relationships that I met from your forum. So it's like you naturally part of the fam. It just is what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just came from North Carolina, bro. I spent 60 days in North Carolina with a sister that live in Malaysia that I met on your forum. And it's just been nothing but phenomenal. Just the way I've been moving, I've been driving cross country, no license, just simply with my intelligence and my documents that I've obtained through the family. And it's just it would just take days for me to explain to the family like how valuable what you're doing. And I understand that you're tired because knowledge actually takes a toll on the physical body.
Yeah.
So I can imagine.
Yeah,
So
I do.
in that regard, I want to say that, my background is real estate. All I do is warranty deeds and foreclosure defense. I'm a one-trick pony. That's all I do. I got a couple little criminal, things here that I can help people with, as long as it ain't a body. But my expertise is, if you got a mortgage, it's a federal crime. And I want you to go to prison if you billing somebody for a mortgage. So the way I address the mortgage is a criminal. It's like pedophilia. If you sold the mortgage to somebody, I want you in jail. If you securitize a mortgage, it's a prison term. So I'm at you. I take it dead serious, and the banks run from me. They see my letterhead, see my company seal. They already know, because it's serious business when you securitize a mortgage. Under federal law, you may never even call it a mortgage anymore if you sold the mortgage to homeboy over there. So that's been fairly easy for me to dead. Last question. Is the payment for the ID the same as the tribal initial registration fee. Is that the same thing?
For the IDP, IDL, or tribal ID?
The tribal ID. I got in when you guys did the package before April 4th. I got in with that. So I may have part of a special promotion. Y'all
oh yeah, so you're getting all three. So that's yeah, but yeah, that doesn't come with the I don't think that didn't come with the orientation aspect.
Okay.
So you'll do that separate.
I do that separate. So I just did.
I got your name notated down too. Yeah, we're gonna reach out.
That's peace. Now, what's up with the plates? Are those still good? Because I know sometimes you don't go too deep into those.
I don't, because I don't want to get the phone calls of people not being able to search themselves.
Okay, we'll do it at an appropriate time. I'm sure they'll.
That's the reason why I want to make sure I answer, I think, your second question, because my answer applies to the majority. You know what I'm saying? It might not necessarily apply to you based on what you're trying to do 100% privately. Yes. But if this applies to the majority, and your example, in your situation, based on the seller titling the car to the government name, I would suggest you resell the car from your government name into your foreign trust name.
Can I just gift it to my church, the ministry?
Yeah, either or. So whatever you want to transfer it out the government name. So you transfer it out the government name, but not really though. Honestly, with things dealing with vehicles and travel, you want to try to. Everything is strategic based on how it's going to be used or whatever. So you got to make the decision on what entity you're going to be titling into.
Okay.
So my recommendation is that, because everybody outside of your regular businesses and associations and ministries and stuff like that, honestly, the best form of defense to me is remember you already supposed to have your private foreign tribal name, which is your foreign trust name, which is the new name that you're operating in outside of your government name. So that would be the recommended trust entity that you sell or gift the vehicle to, or to retitle to. So because that same name is going to match the name that's on your identification, which also backs up your foreign standing. So now it makes more sense to actually register that car to the state, because it's going to be registered to the foreign name that's also in your identification. And then so when they run the plates, it's going to be a foreign name of a foreign person that's outside of their jurisdiction, but they can run it. They you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So now you're using their system to actually update them of your status.
Now, lastly, everything that we learning about the birth certificate of title, there's been some discrepancies and some either ways about the application of Minnesota Rule 220. I'm here in Minnesota. I'll clear it up. I'll tell you exactly what it's used for here. It's used for individuals who may have been foster kids, children who inhabited property. Minnesota Rule 220 is a rule. It's a rule of procedure to convey property. And it clearly states and this is uniform, it clearly states that the register of deed is authorized to accept for memorial certificate of title. It could be a birth certificate. Now I'm asking you, this is a academic question. Okay, the birth certificate with the affidavit of ownership, that's according to Minnesota Rule 220. That's considered a counter deed. So when you do your affidavit of ownership to your birth certificate, you create a counter deed and it takes control over that instrument. You just verified that in the previous call. You just verified that. I'm asking you, does it apply? Would you apply that to all titles? Title to the real property?
100%.
Title to a car?
100%. I'll apply that to. I'll apply that any superior contract whether it's a warranty. We've authenticated warranties. You can authenticate that. The car title. You can authenticate whatever. So the art of obtaining supreme control of original title is the authentications. Period. Yeah, 100%.
I appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna let somebody go, brother. I just can't stress to you enough that this shit save lives, brother. This won't be no Philando Castile. All of that shit is minimized when they understand who they walking up on. When the cop understood that he walked up on a foreign national, whether I had my credentials or not, he's a state trooper. They federal agents. They understand international policy.
They do.
International policy sets local policy.
They know
Brother,
that. They know that.
Peace, Queen. I love y'all family. I'm happy to be a part of y'all. I'll mute out, and I'm just grateful. Thank you so much. Peace.
Much love, Noble. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we're going to be in contact. You've been sitting on some gold. You said the magic words, forensic artist. So just know you finna be on the staffing side. So be expecting the phone call soon. But all right, let's
So I know we about to close out, Queen, so you can go ahead and get the last.
Yeah, we already over, General. You know how you do. But I definitely want to make sure we take care of take care of the family. Some people been waiting to ask the question for a while, so I don't feel right closing and they haven't said what they had to say.
Okay.
We still got Jarrell, Elise Roosmore, Minister Pam, Sharon Giles, Keturah just raised her hand one more time. So I just want to, if you have the time, General.
Let's definitely get the ones I didn't already speak to.
Okay, for sure. Okay, so that's going to be Jarrell.
No, I already spoke.
Jarrell spoke. Did he? Okay.
Well, I had a simple question, G bro. Just when hiring like a registered agent or somebody out of town to do business on behalf of like your trust or something, what are some avenues you can go to? Because I have my trust is registered in Indiana. I would like to hire somebody to open a bank account for me because I try to do it over the phone and stuff, and they all want you in person.
No,
is there any ways to go around that?
That's outside of the registered agent's legal capacity. That's not you need to get a trust. You need to bring on a trustee of the trust or whatever entity that you're trying to establish that bank account for.
So I have to get hire a trustee or some type of fiduciary company to do that on my behalf from out of that state.
Yeah, you have to get them power of attorney rights or if it's a trust, you would do an appointment of trustee to this particular entity for them to open up this particular bank account.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's about it, man. I appreciate you.
All right, bro.
Okay. All right. Question. Elise Roosmore, you had a question, Queen?
Yeah, Queen, it's a pleasure to be here. And I just want to tell y'all, thank you so much. So I didn't want to just be on here all this time and not speak or acknowledge anything. So my initial question was about the steps that it takes to contribute our skills to the empire, which you did provide that information. And I am going to submit. My question is, when you say resume, does it need to be in a resume format, or do we do a summary of our skills? Like, how do we present that?
Yeah, good question. So, I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Go ahead, Queen, you good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if you already have something already tailor-made and you have your resume, yeah, go ahead and send that in. But I will accept, just a brief summary. This isn't anything, we're family. It's just more so letting me know what you can and can't do, things like that. So if you feel more comfortable just writing a summary, go ahead and send me that. I'll take it. Okay,
cool. And my next question that came to mind is about the UCC. So I know that the UCC can be used for numerous purposes. But my quick question is, can it be used just is a non-UCC considered like public records? I know they have for the financial transactions or for agriculture liens, different purposes, but for public records, when we have to put something out in the public, can we use the UCC to serve that purpose?
Yeah, 100%. The UCC is a form of public record. That's exactly what it is. It's another form of public record. Now, all you would do is determine. There's a couple things. It's public record. It's public record in general, and then it's also used particularly for liening when you're placing liens and claims on particular properties. Outside of that, you would just determine, okay, what type of UCC should I file based on what I'm doing? If it's dealing with, real estate property, land or stuff like that, my personal recommendation would be agricultural lien. Now what what's the difference between one to the next? Nothing really outside of of course, the language inside the collateral, and then you simply checking the box that says agricultural lien. Outside of that, both of them are public per se, but there is a difference between the non-UC and the UCC. To make it real simple, I haven't seen this simplified much, but it's real simple. If you look at it like a standard UCC, no matter what type of UCC it is, you still have the option for making that a UCC or a non-UCC. So people be like, well, why would you file a non-UCC if you filed a UCC? Because you're still filing the financing statement. So why is it called? Well, the thing is that I would say anything pertaining to a public entity, as far as in reference to, let's say, your straw man, anything tied to your straw man, I would do a UCC. Anything pertaining to transactions and leaning and stuff like that in relation to your private entities, like your trust, I would do the non-UCC. You see what I mean? So if I was trying to secure a transaction that's owned by the trust, controlled by me, the flesh and blood man, and then I'm using private silver bonds and stuff like that. I'm doing a lot of private stuff. If it's all private, I would do the non-UCC. If it's public, public licensing, public contracts tied to the government name, regular stuff, it would be the UCC. And like I said, if there's anything pertaining to real estate, land, and stuff like that, on public side, it'd be UCC, agricultural lien. Private side, it'd be non-UCC, agricultural lien. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Elise, and welcome, Queen. We're happy to have you. I appreciate you speaking out tonight.
Thank you.
Of course. Okay, next up we got Minister Pam. How you doing, Minister? Uh-oh, we can't hear you. I think you got the mute on, Minister. I see your mouth moving, but there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, greetings, family. How's everyone?
Hanging on in there.
Okay. General, I appreciate you getting me in the system. I was gladly and proud to see that. But I have a question. There was a prior contract that I had, and I was involved. And I told them to come get the car. Well, they didn't come get the car. I still have possession. And I did do my UCC, and I've done all of that. But I want to know how I can just end the whole situation, because now they're trying to reach back out and recontract. Their previous communication with me was by text, which I didn't answer any of the texts, but they finally sent me a letter, which I didn't open it up, because if I open it up, that means I'm contracting. So I was going to send it back, but I actually want to know if I need to do a 1099, cancel the debt all the way out, because the car has actually been sitting 3 years. Yeah, because ever since COVID, it's going on 3 years. And they still ain't trying to get the car. They're trying to make me pay more than what the car is worth.
So how come they just don't repossess it?
Because they don't want it.
That's crazy. I haven't heard that one before. They won't pick up the car. Well, or can they just not locate the car?
Oh, they can. If they wanted it, they could have called my daughter. They could have called me. Okay. But had already told them that they need to come get it. I was out of work. When COVID hit, everything just went haywire and crazy. I told them, come get it. They didn't come get it.
I would say that in general, that Did you file anything before? Like, have you filed anything on this? You said.
I found, I might need to call you because I do have the document that I did place a lien.
Oh well, yeah. So that's why they doing what they're doing, because it sounds like you filed something. Because other than that, they wouldn't be trying to recontract with you. So you obviously interfere with the initial contract. So they need to recontract with you and stuff like that. So my personal recommendation, especially if you're not a W-2 contracted, yeah, 1099A, 1099C, 1096, cancel out the the debt.
Okay, so
no-
is there a way I can just call you for that?
Because it's you can communicate with the queen, and we can she knows this process too now.
Okay, that's fine.
And but that's what I would do with that. But the right to contract is limitless, so that don't mean they're not gonna try to make you a new offer, but their communication might change, and then they might appear to be nicer, more polite. They might give you a nice offer of forgiving current debt if you agree to continue the contract, stuff like that. So that means you have to still you should, in this case, you should it's like chess, so you want to see they move. So
you can open
and it's an open contract already, so you want to open the mail in this case, but that
Okay.
but you're going to show that you're not accepting it by once you see what the move was, you got your stamps together, or you just write out on the contract, I do not accept, I do not consent, you know what I'm saying, void contract, and resend it back to them, the same offer.
Oh, okay. Because they did try to do a lawsuit, and the lawsuit didn't work. So I just kind of shut all that down.
Yeah, even with a lawsuit, there's a process. The lawsuit, the case is taken up by a law firm. The law firm has to communicate with you, give you notice, give you opportunity and time to cure, and blah 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 blah.
I shut her down.
Yeah. So that's probably the problem too, because typically, depending on how the law firm took on the deal, sometimes they actually sell the debt to the law firms. The law firms take on the debt because they feel like they'll be responsible or successful in collecting the debt. So they kind of wash the hands of the original creditor and say, we'll give you X amount of dollars, and we'll take care of the debt on your behalf, and we'll get our money back on the back end, through intent to sue, which most of the time they're not going to really try to sue you. They just want to scare you into contracting with them.
Okay, well, it didn't work because I shut her down too. I ain't hear no more about her anymore.
well,
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
So I want to go ahead on and kill it. So if I have to make a
Are you doing this for entertainment purposes? It's because you got the opportunity to, because you don't even want the car no more?
well, I still have it. It's still parked.
Okay. Yeah, because it's funny. I had the same situation, but I used it as an opportunity to go through the process.
Okay, so I can donate it or transfer it over to my foreign entity.
If you had that title.
I have a 508.
No, if you had a title to
for the car,
Yeah.
he means.
No, I don't have the title.
Yeah, you can't do an actual transfer then.
Oh, okay.
But with transfer, it's all about ownership. And as far as business wise, it's all about titlement. So whatever the name title's in, that's who the owner is, and that's also who's liable. So keep that in mind too.
Okay. So Queen, I guess I need to holler at you and
Yes,
send you my resume at the same time.
Well, see, I already know what you can do. I'm ready to put you to work. You call me. I've been waiting on you. But yeah, give me a call. I should be available tomorrow. I got some things going on next week, but give me a call maybe tomorrow or the week after next. Next week gonna be a little busy, but I got you. Just reach out.
Okay. I did have one more question, but I ain't gonna hold anyone up. I did have one more.
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. You got your lien on there, 1099, 1099A, 1099C, 1096. Wait for them to sell. Hopefully they sell the note, they sell the contract. Wait before you get to so you can get the first offer from the new offer. And then you want to send a validation of that. They're not gonna be able to validate that you owe them the debt. And then you want to send a cease and desist so they don't contact you anymore. If they do contact you, you get paid per correspondence.
Okay, you said 1099A.
Right, he did run through that. Did you even breathe, General?
Yeah, no, because I heard 1099A and 1099.
C,
C.
cancellation of debt.
I don't need to do abandonment.
No, I mean you because 1099A is acquisition of secure property. So you just like you're acquiring a property, and now since you're listing yourself as the true lender and the true creditor, now you got the power to cancel. So 1099C after that, and boom. Now you force them to sell, now they're gonna try to recontract with you, but you don't owe the new creditor. So that's how you get out of it.
Cool.
But you just got to respond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, that's how I lost back in the day, because I beat the first one, but I ignored the second guy.
Okay, that's why I didn't open it. I wanted to talk to you, so I was glad that we had this time. So I want to make sure. I do need some business credit, so I definitely need to know what I need to be doing on that. And that was my last question.
Yep, Trade Capital. Tradecapital.world.
Yep, download the app on Android or Apple and register the business. All the lines of credit available is right there. You can do everything from your cell phone.
Okay, and did you have a recording from the conference?
I think it's still being edited.
Yeah.
Okay, God, I'm sorry I missed it, but the timing was off.
Yeah.
But it was all good.
We'll definitely let y'all know when those are available for sure.
Yeah, we'll give y'all the snippets on that.
And
Yeah.
the t-shirt? And the t-shirt?
Which ones? The Malachi Empire t-shirt?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, you guys can get. I didn't upload those to the Hellraiser Legacy store yet though. But yeah, those are available.
Oh yeah, gotta have that.
Yeah, that was looking dope up in there for sure.
So just so you know, I'm getting ready to start printing shirts. I just bought a print to garment machine.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Oh well. Okay. Well, well, hey, I'm outsourcing that right now, so you can,
I expect your resume, Minister. Minister, you
Okay.
know what? You call me tomorrow, because you finna be in trouble now. You call me tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, I got you. I'll do that.
All right. I appreciate the question, Queen. We'll talk tomorrow.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. We have Sharon Giles. Are you with us, Queen? You had a question?
Blessings, I am. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, Queen?
Doing good. Thank you for asking.
Everyone, I send my blessings, love, and joy.
Peace.
Now, I have a few questions, but I'm going to make them real brief.
Mhm.
Now, he just answered my one question I had, because I did a letter of validation, my first letter of validation, which I'm proud of myself. And I did it, and I said at the bottom, I said, provide me with a true copy of the authenticated contract or note with the signatures annexed thereto. The number 2, the accounting and general ledger statements showing the full accounting of the alleged debt that you are now attempting to collect. Then the 3rd was the name and address of all persons, corporations, associations, or any other party having an interest in legal proceedings regarding the alleged debt. Now, then 4 was to verify under penalty of perjury that as a debt collector, you have not purchased evidence of the debt and or proceedings with collection activity in the name of the original maker of the note. And 5, last, verification from the stated